And we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to TMG. My name is Thomas Fisher alongside Jonathan Oates, and we're here to bring you round 3 now of the Legends Racing League Street Stocks series. Tonight, we're here at USA International Speedway. Jonathan, how are you tonight?
Well, I'm doing quite well, especially because we are at the USA International Speedway, and this track is known for producing some incredible racing with street stocks. Like we saw last week in Phoenix, this series can get pretty intense. The racing we saw in Phoenix is probably some of the best we've seen on the channel so far, and I would expect nothing less out of USA. Coming into the race tonight, Erick Heeter is at the top of the point standings, but only 9 points ahead of Michael Rosero in second. Hayden Lowell sits in third, 1 point back of Rosero, followed by Aaron Brown and Andrew Cootie. Benjamin Fanning in sixth, 1 point back of Cootie. Thomas, tonight's race, it could be a big opportunity for the drivers to kind of try and shake up the point standings. Michael Rosero right now, he's looking fast. He's at the top of the board. And Erick Heeter, he is competing, but he's only 6th fastest. Do you think that tonight could be a good night for Rosero? Well, since Thomas isn't giving his answer, I'm going to go ahead and give up my answer, and I think it could be. The only issue that I see running into Michael Rosero throughout the night is him and Tyler Tomasi have a history together. They don't get along particularly well. They had an incident last week in Phoenix, and I don't know if Tyler Tomasi is going to have any bad blood towards Rosero, and if he does, that could jeopardize his chances at trying to pull ahead of Erick Heeter in the points. He would need to beat him by 9 spots, but by the way things are looking right now, that is very much possible. Thomas, are you back? No, he is not. All right. Right now in practice, it is Michael Rosero in that number 23 at the top of the board with a 22.667, followed by Tyler Tomasi in second with a 22.677. Wolfgang Hoffman sits in third with a 761, with Scott Saradinsky, new to the series, in fourth with a 22.771, but now it goes up to a 7.50. Scott Saradinsky moves into third, but it's still Rosero at the top of the board. Meanwhile, I hear that Thomas has come back. Thomas, welcome back to the broadcast.
Thank you very much. I just had to get a quick drink there.
So I wanted
if it's anything to do with how it was at Phoenix last week, I am going to need every single centimeter of this orange juice to get me through tonight.
So, the question that I wanted to ask you coming into this race is, Michael Rosero currently sits second in points, 9 points back of Heeter, but at the moment he is at the top of the board by 9 1/1000ths of a second, while Erick Heeter is not looking particularly pacey. Do you think that tonight could be a good night for Michael Rosero to maybe try and capture the points lead?
Well, I would say, bring your attention actually, just for a moment here, away from Michael Rosero. I'd like you to have a look at the person who's just below him in the standings, Tyler Tomasi. Now, we've seen there has been quite a lot of beef, as the youth seem to say these days, between these two drivers. So I have a feeling it's not necessarily going to be a fight between Erick Heeter and Michael Rosero, but more against Michael Rosero and himself.
That is going to be a very good point. At the moment, the top 4 are only separated by 1/10 of a second. Thomas, is looking like a pretty close race tonight. What are you expecting out of the action here at USA?
Well, the first thing I'm expecting is the driver in 13th place to, unfortunately, have a DNS today. Yep, really unfortunate for Thomas Fisher there. Yep.
So, like, out of the racing action, what are you expecting?
We saw how it was at Phoenix last week, so I'm expecting quite a lot of the same. Maybe a little bit of 3-wide action heading into turn 1 because somebody jumped the start. I couldn't possibly think who that could be.
Yeah, things could get very interesting. Going into turn 1, these drivers want to make up as much time as possible. As we see Wolfgang Hoffman getting into the wall down the back straightaway. Oh, that's an interesting way to take that corner. Maybe trying to, like, break the draft against nobody. I don't really know what he was doing there. But yeah, I think we're going to see drivers getting very aggressive, trying to make up as much time as they can. This track is not easy to drive. It's banked, but it's not very banked, so you've got to slow down quite a bit for the corners, and if anything, that'll help overtaking. It'll be interesting to see kind of the strategies these drivers pull off to try and get around everyone else, and hopefully we're going to see a pretty good race tonight. Only 30 seconds remaining until qualifying, which once again, we will be able to cover. Another thing of note, Erick Heeter will be in race control for tonight, so he will not be competing. So no one's really going to have a chance to beat him, but at the same time, we know that if he was here, he would probably be looking quite fast. Practice just about to wrap up with Michael Rosero at the top of the board.
Second just counting down there. You can see Wolfgang looking to have I was about to say, he's looking to have a last little lunge here, trying to get that top spot, but just got into the lead at turn 2, and that's pretty much ruined his lap. And the checkered flag is out. That marks the end of practice.
So practice is over. It's that man at the top of the leaderboard, Michael Rosero in the number 23. He's looked quite fast in a couple of races before, but he has never been able to capture that checkered flag. Tonight might be Michael Rosero's night. Here we go for qualifying at USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida. It is Michael Rosero already taken to the track. He is going to be the man to watch as he topped the practice boards. Going down the back straightaway, we'll see what he is able to set. Scott Seridinsky, Benjamin Fanning also going out for their laps. We're going to keep our eyes on Michael Rosero as he gets set to set a lap here in Lakeland. Very fast going down towards turn number 1. You really want to get on the brakes right to the bottom of the racetrack. Good start to the lap for Rosero. You see he's all over that yellow line. But he pushed up just a little bit. Not sure if that's the best way to take the corner. Down towards turn number 3, he's going to enter nice and high, get a nice arc into the corner, right down to that yellow line. Looking good so far for Michael Rosero. He is going to take, I assume early on, he's going to take to the top of the board. Michael Rosero sets a 22.938. And to the top of the board, he goes Michael Rosero. Kendrick Cryer sets in a second with a 23.119. Hayden Lowell to third. Brendan Timon to fourth. Meanwhile, Michael Rosero looking after more time. Down towards turns 3 and 4. Pretty good corner out of the 23. Right along that yellow line. Will he be able to improve? Not quite, but he was able to set 2 laps with just under a tenth between them. In second now is Scott Seridinsky. Only 0.023 seconds off pole.
One thing I've just noticed, however, just looking through the field, just making sure it hasn't changed. Nope. Is that no driver has beaten their practice time so far.
Interesting.
So remember, that means that there is still time to get for these drivers, and perhaps on their second lap, they might be able to pull something out of the rabbit's hat.
Yeah, a couple of drivers yet to set a lap and a couple of newcomers as Scott Seridinsky has actually gone to the top of the board with a 22.926 or a 925 depending on which scoring board you're looking at. He is able to get onto provisional pole over Michael Rosero. A couple of drivers still out there trying to beat him. Benjamin Fanning among them. I believe he's still on pit road waiting to go out for his lap. I don't know why these drivers got 10 minutes to qualify, but I'm guessing the session is going to be advanced after a while. Benjamin Fanning going out for his lap. A couple of drivers still working on their laps. Wolfgang Hoffman, I believe he has set all the times he is going to. Fabrizio DeLilio currently in 5th. He currently going down pit road. Aaron Brown, another driver trying to set a lap time. Coming off turn number 4, we'll see if he sets a time this time by... Across the line now, Aaron Brown. That was just his out lap, so now we will monitor the number 18 on his qualifying lap.
One thing to remember, though, is that in this series, there is no halfway caution, which means that if a driver that just messes up in the first half of the race, there will be absolutely no coming back. So that means that in this race, it's going to be absolutely crucial that they do well and make sure that they don't mess up too badly, as our first dedication of the night has come through from Tyler Tomasi, who is once again dedicating this race to Matty Harkin. Now, I did find out who Matty Harkin was after the Bristol race, where he did, in fact, dedicate it once again to her. Just need to find the text real quick.
Update on Aaron Brown. He goes 5th quickest with a 22.995. Just, looks like 2/1000ths of a second off of Eric Keplinger in 4th. So very close between those two for the second row on the grid. Aaron Brown not able to make it. Benjamin Fanning goes 12th fastest with a 23.351. Couple of tenths off pole. But at the moment, no one able to get Scott Seridinsky in, I believe, his first Street Stock Series start. So unless Sean Langton or Michael DeLong are going to go out for their laps, I believe that is going to do it for qualifying with Seridinsky on the pole position.
So I did just find out who Matty Harkin was. It is one of Tyler Tomasi's friends who they used to race together, and she put him in the wall at one race, and now they're not on great speaking terms. So I have a feeling he's dedicating this race to her as maybe a means to make up for it, because Tyler Tomasi Tomasi does in fact race in the Canadian-American Late Model Tour. So that might explain why he's dedicating this race to her.
Wolfgang Hoffman's been sitting on pit road for quite a while now. I don't really know what he's doing. But he's just kind of been sitting there for a while. Maybe he'll get a move on at some point. Benjamin Fanning also just at the exit of pit road, so I have literally no idea what they're doing. There are 5 minutes remaining in qualifying. But I think at some point the session should be advanced because everyone who wants to set a qualifying lap has set a qualifying lap. And I believe it is going to be Scott Saradinsky on
pole. There you go.
Right on cue.
There you go. It just got advanced. Yep. So now, your official qualifying order is on pole with a time of 22.925, Scott Saradinsky. Starting alongside him is Michael Rosero, just 1/100th of a second behind them. On the second row is Tomasi and Erick Heeter. On the third row, we have Aaron Brown and Fabrizio DeLillo. On the fourth row, we have Brendan Tynan, Chad Adams, Kendrick Crayer, and Wolfgang Hoffman rounds off the top 10. Hayden Lowell, Benjamin Fanning on the sixth row. Andrew Cootie, Matt Moreau, and Chad Giseo round off our qualifiers in the 15th position. Those two have not qualified include Jalen Battle, Ethan Stuckwich, Sean Langdon, and Michael DeLong.
Pretty good crowd on display here. The virtual fans standing up in the stands. I don't know why they're not sitting. I mean, there's bleachers there for a reason. Not sure why they're not following social distancing rules, considering they are in Lakeland, Florida. But you know what? I'm sure they have their reasons. The field getting ready to get started here at Lakeland on pole. Just like you said, it is the number 3 of Scott Saradinsky. He's actually got the right font for it, too. So he's got the Dale Earnhardt number, the Dale Earnhardt color, but he doesn't have the right paint scheme. But he might be able to win. So we'll see how this goes.
One driver who I would like to have a quick look out for just during the race, I think somebody who you should watch, is going to be Hayden Lowell, because we've always seen the fact that he is very, very capable of putting that car in a good position from a long way down the grid.
I'd also want to keep an eye out for Kendrick Crayer, because I don't believe he's made a start in this series before, but already in qualifying he was able to go 9th fastest inside the top 10. He might be a threat for maybe a top 5, maybe the win if he gets lucky. So keep an eye out for that bright blue number 66, as well as Scott Saradinsky, because I believe this is his debut as well, looking to start off his campaign with a bang in Lakeland, Florida. Right there over to his left, you see Victory Lane, everyone trying to get there at the end of the night, but again, only one can do so. I guess unless we have a tie, but I don't think that's going to happen. In just a moment here, we are going to get rolling here in Lakeland. Right there in the number 4th position, outside row 2, Erick Heeter, your current championship leader. Then in front of him, the 23 of Michael Rosero, currently 2nd in the championship. Rosero looking for pretty good luck tonight, maybe having a good run. Bad luck for Heeter, just anything that can help him close the gap to your current championship leader as the field rolls off here in USA. I think we're in for a good one, folks, so strap yourselves in and welcome along for the ride, because it is Street Stock Night in America here at the USA International Speedway.
Yes, it most certainly is. And just a quick update, there are going to be 3 drivers who will not be starting this race. So it will be Michael DeLong, Aaron Brown, sorry, just got disconnected, as well as Ethan Stuckwich. So those are already our 3 retirements.
Well, I was considering to cut off those bottom 2 names, but I decided not to, just in case they reconnect, but I doubt they will. 1 lap of pacing remaining, the field forming up, everyone swerving to get their tires heated up and ready to roll. As we get ready to go racing here in Lakeland, 2nd lap of pacing underway, all eyes on the pole man, Scott Saradinsky in the number 3.
They most certainly are at this point, as we're going to come around turn 2.
Well, we should be in for a good one. Sorry, Thomas, you kind of got out there at the end, so we're going to go ahead and get this one started off. Coming through turns 3 and 4, Scott Saradinsky on pole alongside 2nd in the championship, Michael Rosero. Pace car is off. Field in the hands of Scott Saradinsky as they come off turn number 4. The green flag is about to be waving. We are underway for race 3 of 6 in Florida. Green flag is out. Saradinsky leads them down towards turn number 1.
Michael Rosero there on the outside, getting a very good push from Erick Heeter. Side by side, almost touching, are the 2 at the front. And there you go. Michael Rosero is getting cleared by the 3 car. That means now Tyler Tomasi is the lead car on the inside. He's up the inside of Michael Rosero immediately. He's going to look to clear him very early to be able to get right on the back of the leader now. We gotta wonder, though, what's going through his head at this point, because he knows last time he was side-by-side with Michael Rosero, it did not end brilliantly for him. There you can see now, he's pulling further and further ahead every corner as who's had a problem? Somebody's had a problem. I believe it's Chad Giseo in the 25 car.
Trouble for Giseo in the back of the pack. He is slow and
he just missed the start. Yeah, he just
started in the
missed
pit lane,
the start.
and now he's getting right in the way of the leaders. This could be trouble for Saradinsky, but it doesn't look like it's going to be. Saradinsky sends it down the inside as they go towards turn number 3. Meanwhile, Tyler Tomasi is clear.
Caution flag. Caution's out.
Caution is out. Fabrizio DeLilio into the inside wall. Matt Moreau slow as well. Chad Adams involved. Pretty big pile up. Benjamin Fanning may have been involved as well, and he's going to almost spin it on the front straightaway, but he's going to keep it out of trouble. Caution is out for the first time tonight. And as a reminder, the choose cone rule will be in effect for the following restart. Let's go ahead and take a look at a replay of what just happened.
Yeah, from what I can see there, you can see the 57 car just coming around that's turn 4. It happens, I believe, just in turn 2. We're just going to have a look quickly. We're just speeding down now towards turn 1, and you can just see him. Here he is on the outside, the 51 car, getting right up on his inside, and just a little tap, and then just whoomp, almost hitting the 22. Very lucky. 22 does get into the wall though, and then
Matt Moreau got nailed at the end of it.
Yeah, you see Matt Moreau, Fabrizio DeLillo, the 57 car, sorry, not the 57 car, the 22 car of Jalen Battle as well, and the 51 car of Chad Adams, all involved in that incident.
Yeah, pretty big pile up on the back straightaway. Luckily, it's at relatively low speed, so not too many drivers were involved.
Yeah, and Benjamin Fanning. I forgot to add Benjamin Fanning there.
Yeah, Fanning involved as well. Jalen Battle, one of the drivers involved as well. I said that twice. Oops. So, under caution here at Lakeland. I don't believe anybody is coming into the pits. It is still Scott Saradinsky leading away. Still under caution. Do you want to see if we can pull anybody up into the booth?
I think it might be a little bit early for that, but if you want to, go right ahead.
We're trying to kill some dead air. Although there isn't actually anybody in racing chat. Okay, so there's a lot of people in the team chat, but I can't really think of any storylines, so yeah, you're probably right. We're going to hold off on that until a later caution. Let's see if there's any questions in the chat I can maybe steal from. Well, they are in Spanish, and I can read a little bit of Spanish, but I can't read it that well. And yeah, so we're kind of running out of topics here.
I'm gonna do us a favor right here. I am going to go into the chat and use the good old-fashioned. Oh my gosh, that really is in Spanish.
I mean, I did say it was in Spanish. I wasn't using hyperbole or anything.
All right.
It's in Spanish, but I actually meant German. Haha, you fell for it again.
Well, I mean, my German is all right, so hold on. I am. Es la clasifiquera. Oh. Okay, somebody's talking about a 2003 or 2004 Peugeot. Somebody's saying vamos, which means like go ahead. Fabrizio DeLillo. Caliente debe estar means something's hot. Oh, wait, I just saw Christian DeLillo, which I'm guessing is going to be related then to Fabrizio. Oh.
All right, maybe we should give up on this because I think we're coming up on the choose cone. Lights are on the pace car. Scott Saradinsky goes to the inside along with Tyler Tomasi. Most drivers actually picking the inside. Will anybody go to the outside? One does. That's the number 66 of Kendrick Cryer. Andrew Cootie pulling up to the outside as well. There's Jalen Battle 2. I told you guys in the pre-race show to watch out for Kendrick Cryer, and on these restarts, he might be able to make the outside lane work. So Saradinsky might be in trouble here. Matt Moreau among the drivers who decided to go to the outside lane. The race leader is sticking with the inside. Coming back to the restart. Pace car is off. We are ready to go back racing here at USA. Here we go.
There you go. You can see the 3 car now going straight up to the top of the racetrack. Tyler Tomasi looking on the inside. And Tyler Tomasi, that is him, up into second place, ahead of the 66 car. Now he's side by side with Michael Rosero, heading down now towards turn 4. Michael's right
that
up the
pull on the
inside
outside.
now.
Oh, he's not going to make it work. As Matt Moreau, or sorry, not Matt Moreau, Tyler Tomasi gets slow in turns 3 and 4. That's going to let Rosero send it down the inside, side by side for second. Michael Rosero clear for that spot. Meanwhile, here comes Cryer up the inside, trying to make something work. Maybe a little bit of a side draft in play. He's going to dive down into turns 3 and 4. Not going to be able to make it work. That's going to put Andrew Cootie right on his bumper. Andrew Cootie, one of the drivers who benefited most out of the choose cone. Oh, car on the wall. That's Jalen Battle. He just scraped it coming off turn 4, but that is not going to affect him by much.
Yeah, you can see Tyler Tomasi, his goal now is going to be to get ahead of that number 23 car, Texas livery or paint scheme, depending on where you're from. I don't want to annoy anybody. Not too desperately, at least.
Meanwhile, Jalilo sending it down the inside of Benjamin Fanning to pick up the 11th spot. Meanwhile, in front of them, 3-car battle for 7th. Erick Keplinger, one of the drivers, falling back, and that is going to open the door for Michael Rosero to try and take away the championship lead. Very loose off turn 2. He is really pushing to run down that 3-car.
Yeah, Michael Rosero saying in, sorry, not Michael Rosero, Matt Moreau saying in chat, thanks 7. So 7 is the car of Sean Langton. So I have a feeling something happened between those two at some point. Couldn't quite tell you what, but I have a feeling perhaps Matt Moreau isn't too happy with the move that Sean Langton made.
Aaron Brown has seemingly unretired from the race. He is back in it, but one lap down, trying to charge his way through the field. Benjamin Fanning is having none of that and cuts him off, going to turn number 3. Meanwhile, just in front of them, Hayden Lowell battling it out with Wolfgang Hoffman. There's a 5-car battle here for around the 7th position. Going through turns 1 and 2, Hayden Lowell looking mightily off the pace. Back up front, there's a battle brewing for the lead with Michael Rosero getting onto the bumper of Scott Saridinsky, along with that number 66 who gets loose coming out of turn 4, sorry.
Yeah, you might have just flipped the wall there, but now Tyler Tomasi is all over the back of Michael Rosero. And we've seen these two have absolutely no chill, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we saw a little bumpy run, even though we were only on lap 15 of 80.
Yeah, battle update on the battle behind. It's Brendan Timon leading away in 6th with Erick Keplinger putting a lot of pressure on him behind. Meanwhile, Wolfgang Hoffman trying to work on a move here on Jalen Battle in that number 22. Back up front, it's a 3-car breakaway at the lead with Kendrick Cryer falling off at the back. Coming to the outside.
Yeah, you can see, I believe that is Andrew Cootie, who just sent it up the inside of Matt Moreau there. Good little move up the inside.
Oh, Matt Moreau's actually a lapped car, so he is off the pace, getting out of the way. Not going to hold up Brendan Timon or Erick Keplinger, but it might have slowed down the 34 just a little bit. Erick Keplinger smells blood in the water, and he is going to send it going into turn number 1 and 2, but he is not able to get to his inside.
Yeah, sorry, bringing back to the front here. Scott Saridinsky looked like he had a massive lockup.
Oh, here he
heading
goes
into
into
turns
1.
1 and 2.
Michael Rosero tried to send it. Not
yeah,
gonna be
coming
enough.
out of turn 4 now. What's he going to be able to do heading down the start-finish straight, right on that back bumper? He's going to send it to the inside. Scott Saridinsky looking very, very, very defensive, getting that early turn in, blocking any possibility of a dive bomb.
Yeah, Scott Saridinsky very protective of that inside line, not moving off that yellow line for even a second. But you were right, I think that lockup might have cost him quite a bit of time, and it's also going to cost him some tire wear. We know that's going to be a big factor here at USA. Rosero still looking at a move, but he isn't able to get that run off the corner. Oh, but now he's going to get right to the quarter panel of Saridinsky. Maybe a little bit of a nudge there, down to the inside. He's going to try it in a 3 and 4, but thinks better of it.
Yeah.
Oh, lock up again.
Yeah, I have a feeling Michael Rosero might need to do the good old-fashioned lick the stamp and send it, as he's looking to do that right now. Scott Saridinsky is very defensive. Very, very defensive, very late defending.
Yeah, Rosero going to try it again, down the back straightaway. He's not close enough this time by, but I think it's obvious who is the faster of these two drivers. It's Michael Rosero. He's on the bumper of Saridinsky, trying to make the move down the front straightaway. 4 cars under a blanket for the lead, with Andrew Cootie trying to run them down behind. Brendan Timon holding on to that 6th spot over Erick Keplinger. That is an update on your top 6.
Oh, Michael Rosero looking to go for it again. Scott Saridinsky defending to the inside. Michael Rosero now trying to get that arc into the corner. Maybe looking to get the exit on Michael Rosero.
Yeah, he is right there. You can see how Scott Saridinsky isn't taking the wall down the front straightaway. Here goes Rosero, sending it down the inside. Big dive out of the number 23. He's going to push up the track just a little bit, opening the door for Tyler Tomasi. They make contact off the corner. Saridinsky holding out strong on the outside. Meanwhile, here comes the 26 of Kendrick Cryer up the inside. four
There you go.
car
Now
battle
it's
for the
2 by
lead.
2. It's 2 by 2 then in this front pack. Mike Rosero getting that move done on Scott Sardinsky. Is he going to have a look to retaliate that number 3 car? Not immediately. What about heading down now into turn 3? He's looking. Oh, very, very close to that rear bumper.
Oh, he's going to make it work, though, through 3 and 4. He got a nice exit over Michael Rosero, maybe thinking about a send down into turn 1 and 2 to the inside. Rosero gets the run into the corner and holds on. Meanwhile, behind, Brendan Timon is actually caught up to Andrew Cootie. This battle for the 5th position. Timon going to go down the inside. Andrew Cootie gives him the door down the back straightaway. That's going to force Timon lower on the racetrack, but Timon muscles his way through on the inside. Up into 5th is that number 34.
Yeah, we've seen how powerful Brendan Timon can be at USA in the past, especially in the Pro Masters. Will any of that pace transfer here? We're not too sure. Andrew Cootie losing out now to Brendan Timon on the outside.
Oh,
is he going to have a look?
Big dive out of the 3 of Scott Sardinsky. Battle for the lead continuing. He tried to send it down the inside, but that's lost him quite a bit of time. Meanwhile, like you were saying, this battle is continuing for 5th. That is about 5 cars under a blanket, battling for the top 5.
Yep. One camera angle I have a feeling is going to be really, really good tonight. Is going to be this nose cam, just seeing how close these drivers are getting to each other's bumpers. Just getting some kind of perspective, because man, some of these drivers, you could barely fit a whisker between them. As Tyler Tomasi looking to go up the inside of Scott Sardinsky. Will he be able to do it?
Oh, with a big shove.
He's well up the inside.
Yeah, he got a big shove from Kendrick Cryer right there, and that definitely helped him go up the inside. So now the battle is shifted into 2nd, while Michael Rosero is pulling away at the front. And at this point, Eric Keplinger's night might just turn into damage control, because he is definitely looking off the pace and on the back foot. He hasn't been able to get around Brendan Timon, and this is just going to help Michael Rosero in the championship as the battle for 2nd continues.
Yep. Now it's going to be Tyler Tomasi's job, I have a feeling, to hunt down that 23 car of Michael Rosero. Just trying to do absolutely everything he can to close back up, because if Michael Rosero starts running away, I highly doubt anybody's going to have the tires to catch him.
But we know that these two have history. Tyler Tomasi, I think it's definitely more Michael Rosero not all too happy with Tomasi, but I think that due to his comments, I can't imagine Tomasi is all too pleased either. So now this will turn into the battle for the lead, as 2 drivers making their debut in this season are battling it out for 2nd. Cryer sees an opportunity to go down the inside. Scott Sardinsky closes the door on him going into turn 1 and 2.
You can see now almost a little gap there formed between Tyler Tomasi and Scott Sardinsky.
Locked it again.
No, this is going to be a very heated battle, because if even Michael Rosero falls back into Tyler Tomasi, we're going to see another 4-way battle for the lead, because we know these 2 at the front are not going to be very calm when overtaking each other. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see a little bit of contact between these 2.
You can see the brake rotors glowing on the number 3 and the number 66. These drivers really having to use up those brakes to get slowed down for the corner in time. Meanwhile, Michael Rosero pulling away at the front of the field. Update on the battle behind. Eric Keplinger has fallen back just a little bit to Brendan Timon, but is still looking to make that move work.
Yeah, you can see the gap between Michael Rosero and Tyler Tomasi is about the same as it between Tyler Tomasi and Scott Sardinsky. Yep, about 0.5 of a second. We're going to see what it's going to be at the line now, but I have a feeling Tyler Tomasi might close it up a little bit on Michael Rosero. Coming to the line now, we're going to see it is. Yes, he did. He closed up by only about 1/4 of a tenth.
And look at that, just absolute train.
It is coming down, but it's not coming up.
There's just a huge train of following the number 34 of Brendan Timon. It makes me wonder if maybe he's starting to hold these guys up. Meanwhile, like you were saying, at the front of the field, Tyler Tomasi has kept that gap about equal, not letting Michael Rosero run away with the lead, but also not able to get around him.
Yeah, most certainly. I have to say, gap lost time out did come down as well. Again, about 1/4 of a tenth. So at this rate, he is going to catch him well before the end of the race.
It'll be interesting to see how this progresses.
Yeah, at the line here, we're going to have about 56 laps to go. The gap again did come down again, another 1/4 of a tenth.
Meanwhile, update on the battle for 3rd. Sardinsky might have overdriven the entry just a little bit. Kendrick Cryer tried to go down the inside, but Cryer, not able to make that move work, will fall back into 4th.
Yep, having a look now, Sean Langdon is our first official person who started the race who has retired. So he retired about 5 laps ago now. Unfortunate there.
Erick Heeter now feeling pressure from Andrew Cootie behind. Remember, Erick Heeter is the current championship leader, so he cannot afford to lose that many spots. But Andrew Cootie is looking to make him lose just that one more position. Michael Rosero is looking to hold on for the lead because I do believe that you get 1 extra bonus point for winning the race. And I think if you lead the most laps as well. So Michael Rosero trying to get all of that done in one race, trying to maximize points, and so far he is on track to do just that.
Yep. I'm not sure exactly how many he's led, but I have a feeling Mike Rosero is going to have led about maybe just under half the race up until this point, as the gap is now just over 0.4 of a second, about 4.5 tenths there. Yeah, so it went up and then it came down about a tenth. So Tyler Tomasi has decided to put it in another gear and has stopped messing around with Michael Rosero.
Oh, lockup out of the 3 of Scott Saradinsky. That's going to let Cryer get right to the bumper. Saradinsky going defensive down the front straightaway. Meanwhile, Brendan Timon holding on over Erick Heeter. But this train is just continuing. It's about from 5th on back to 9th with DeLillo just at the tail end of it, maybe trying to pounce if they make a mistake. Because I have a feeling that as these tires start to wear, as these cars start to get lighter, it's going to be harder and harder for these drivers to continue on without bringing out a caution.
Yep, it most certainly is. That time by, the gap now just over 3.5 tenths, so it came down just under a tenth that lap.
Yeah, Tyler Tomasi looking quite pacey here at USA. This could turn into a pretty good battle for the lead.
Yep. We have just now, this is the halfway point in the race. That gap came down again about another 1/4 of a tenth. Just under half a tenth, actually.
Yeah, Tomasi's closing in. This could get interesting for the lead, and it could also get interesting for 5th because, I mean, still, Brendan Timon, he's kind of just been holding everyone up, and I don't think that, I don't know if that might just be because everyone's even on pace or because Brendan Timon is slower than everyone and they just can't find a way around him. Meanwhile, Erick Heeter getting to the bumper. Remember, he is fighting for the championship, so he's got to make a move soon. Gap at the front has come down. Now it's just 2.5 tenths. Oh, look at this run through 3 and 4. Tomasi is going to have a great run on the start-finish straight. He is on the bumper of Michael Rosero. Going into turn number 1. He is not going to make the dive, just staying patient in second. But at some point, Tomasi is going to have to go for this move. And it's looking like it's going to be sooner rather than later.
Yep, you can see now they're approaching some traffic, so that's going to play an absolutely massive role. I believe that traffic is Benjamin Fanning. Who else is in there? Chad Giseo, Chad Adams, and I believe that's I'm trying to have a look who else is in that pack. 38 Matt Morrell, thank you very much.
These drivers are actually having quite an interesting battle. Moreau is in between Giseo and Fanning, kind of breaking up that battle for the lead. Meanwhile, just 1.5 tenths between Tomasi and Michael Rosero. Rosero's just been so good off the corners, but Tomasi has been so good off the corners, but Rosero has just had the track position. I mean, it's hard to pass here, so you really got to make it work.
Yeah, you do. I have a feeling that, if Tyler Tomasi does go for the move, it will be immediately followed by a retaliation from Michael Rosero. So this is going to get very interesting.
And if the move isn't carefully planned, it could always go wrong and end up with one driver in the outside wall. Down the front straightaway, the gap still at around 1.5 tenths, but that's just because Tomasi can't really do much. He can't really do anything. At the moment, to get around Rosero, he's just got to focus on getting his exits right and try and send it into the following corner.
Yes, he will. The gap behind now, just looking at Scott Saradinsky and Kendrick Cryer, very, very close behind now. These two have been nose to tail.
Yeah, this is the final spot on the podium.
Yeah, he really is looking now to have a go up the inside. He's all over the back end of that number 3 car. Yeah, behind. Oh wow, that train is absolutely on fire. Still, 5 cars.
Did I not tell you all to keep an eye out for the number 66 of Kendrick Cryer? He has been incredibly fast throughout the night. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't too confident about maybe choosing him to be an underdog fighter for the win, but it's working out because he is all over the bumper of Scott Saradinsky, giving him a little bit of a nudge. He's going to move down to the inside and try and make the move work in a 3, but he is going to have to file back in line. Meanwhile, at the front of the field, the leader is starting to cap lap traffic.
Yeah, that lap traffic is going to play an absolutely massive role now in the outcome of this fight. What are these lap cars going to do? Are they going to go high? Are they going to be super respectful of these leaders, or are they going to hold them up?
Yeah, the 25 got in the way.
Yep, that means Mike Rossero might have a better line than Tyler Tomasi. No, they both stayed pretty much on the inside.
Oh, this is close.
And now Mike Rossero is going to have the draft of, who is that ahead of him? Is that the 96 car?
96
yeah, it is the 96 car, Benjamin Fanning. Yep, so now he's going to have the draft. Is Benjamin Fanning there going to the top of the racetrack?
Oh, he's going to hold up the 23. There's contact. Fanning around. Caution is back out. No, it is not.
It's not.
We stay green.
It's not out.
Will
but
the
that
admin
means Tyler Tomasi just took the
flag?
lead.
Tyler
Tomasi just
Tomasi.
took...
Yeah, Tyler Tomasi just took the lead because Michael Rossero got into the quarter panel of Benjamin Fanning and turned him, but it did not bring out a yellow flag.
That is crazy. I did not expect that to be happening. I expect them to be held up, not to be taken out. But at least Mike Rossero is still in this fight for the lead. He's going to try and catch right back up to the back bumper of the 76 car Tyler Tomasi, who now has to get past. Who is that ahead of him then? Is that Chad Adams?
So we'll take a look.
No, it's Matt Moreau.
So I'm going to take a look at a replay. Benjamin Fanning going a little bit wide, getting caught at lightning pace by Michael Rossero. Fanning just got loose off the corner, went down from the wall, and Rossero overcooked it, took him out, and that allowed Tyler Tomasi to slip by on the outside and take away the race lead, which he is still holding on to as they get around the lap car of Matt Moreau.
Yes, it most certainly is. At this point, I have a feeling Tyler Tomasi is going to want to get his head down
big dive,
and
big
push.
dive.
Oh,
Sorry to cut you
that
off
was
there.
risky.
But I just saw Michael Rossero going for a huge lunge into turn number 1, and it was able to work out for him pretty well.
Yep, that was the type of move I would have expected from Michael Rossero and Tyler Tomasi. These two do not get along whatsoever, and you can see it in the manner they're racing each other. Tyler Tomasi is very, very respectful of Michael Rossero. Michael Rossero, the first chance he gets, immediately sends it down the inside.
Yeah, Rossero's right there. He could have given him a little bit of a nudge, decided against it. Tyler Tomasi is used to the situation, though. Think back to the test race in Lanyard. Tomasi was barely able to hold on. I don't remember who it was against, but I remember it was a very, very much close battle, similar to the way that this race is actually played out. And guess what's going on? Benjamin Fanning isn't all that far away. Well, he actually is far away. That might have been Chad Adams. Never mind. Adams and Fanning are running the exact same paint scheme, and for a second I thought that they were about to come around to lap Fanning again, and that would have been interesting. But no, they're just coming around to lap Fanning.
That would not have ended well.
Well, it might have, because I don't really know what Benjamin Fanning's thinking. Knowing him, he's probably fair in his judgment, but I mean, he did just get taken out, so we might have to interview him after the race. Meanwhile, update on the battle for...
Oh, somebody's blowing their engine.
Oh, yeah, trouble.
Blowing their engine. That is...
Hayden
who's
Lowell.
that in the pit lane?
Trouble for the 56.
Hayden Lowell's blown his engine. That's really, really unfortunate for him. He was looking strong in an 11th place, catching that pack of Fabrizio DeLillo all the way out to Brendan Timon.
You know, this race is
very, very unfortunate for the young man from Nebraska.
This race has been a race of attrition. You know, we've gotten so many laps under green. Really, ever since that first caution, we haven't gotten another one. And drivers were just having, mechanical failures or getting dumped. Meanwhile, move for third, Kendrick Crayer going down the inside of the number 3 of Scott I forgot how to pronounce his name.
Saradinsky. Yeah, Saradinsky. Really?
Did not work out.
You've been saying it all night, Jonathan.
I know, but it
hasn't changed, mate.
They're going to have the 25 for company.
There you go. 3 cars. Yeah, 3 cars now lapping the 25 car. Oh goodness.
25
Chad
got out of the
Giseo.
way. That's going to compromise the 3's line, though. Take a look. Here comes the 66 of Crayer. Saradinsky?
Yeah, Saradinsky.
God,
Come
why
on.
can't I do that
You've been saying it all night, mate. You've been saying it hasn't changed. It's been the same
there
name.
he goes. A little bit of a nudge. Up the track goes Saradinsky. But the move was not on. Scott holds on to the spot.
Yep, except if we have a look, who is now in the background of this fight? It is that pack of Brendan Timon, Eric Keplinger, Andrew Cootie, Wolfgang Hoffman, Jalen Powell, and Fabrizio DeLillo. So that 5-man pack has been absolutely pulling cheetahs.
The crates, hauling the money. They're hauling the money.
Yeah, they've been hauling the money. That's the new expression.
Yeah, now there's really no gap between this battle for third and the battle for fifth, especially because now this battle for fifth actually has a huge draft trade. I don't know how much it's going to help them, but it's at least going to help them a little bit. Update on the battle for the lead. Tyler Tomasi has not pulled away from Michael Rosero, and as you know, they're not the best of friends. I have a feeling that Michael Rosero, if it comes down to it, might go for a little bit of a last lap nudge. Chad Adams getting out of the way.
Sorry there to just to tell you here, but Hayden Lowell just said in group chat that he did not blow his engine. In fact, well, he did blow his engine, but Aaron Brown was being lapped by Hayden Lowell, and Aaron Brown just gave him a touch up the rear and straight into the outside wall, into the scene of the accident. Yep, and Aaron Brown went up his inside and just, straight in the outside wall. I mean, I'm not entirely sure if Casey is sleeping or what, but I have a feeling he's throwing some cautions.
Hey, guess what? The battle for the lead is back on. Michael Rosero is right up the bumper of Tyler Tomasi. Going into turn number 3. Big dive out of the 23, but he is not going to be able to make it work that time by. They are both all over that yellow line. Coming down lap 64 of 80. It is Michael Rosero trying to run down Tyler Tomasi. A little bit of a nudge out of the 23, but he is not able to get him loosened up. Meanwhile, back to the battle for third and fourth. It is Saradinsky. I keep messing it up. Pulling away in third. Kendrick Cryer trying to go down the inside, but gets blocked.
Oh, wow. And Hayden Lowell has okay. Hayden Lowell is using some...
Bumper to the 76. Up the track goes Tyler Tomasi.
Very loose. He got him very, very loose. That is the bump and run I expected to be happening a lot earlier. Mike Rosero's not going to go around the outside. He's going to try and hold it.
Contact, they're both up the track, into the wall. Goes the 76, no. He keeps it out of the wall. Incredible battle for the race lead right now, but I think Tomasi is going to have to concede. No, he won't. He nearly just turned the 23. Crossover out of Tomasi. He's going to go back down the inside. No, he won't. He'll get back in line. What a lap.
That is the battle I was hoping and expecting to see. As now, I wouldn't be too surprised if Tyler Tomasi returns the favor in kind.
Oh, he will. Yep, there it is. There it is. A little bit of a nudge. Oh, but Tomasi got the worst end out of that. He got loose on the apron, and it allows Rosero to just pull away a little bit, but not by a significant amount. I have a feeling Tomasi is going to be coming back at him in just a moment.
Yeah, quickly now, Hayden Lowell, he is pretty much out of this race. He had his fast repair unchecked, so he has about 8 more minutes of repairs, so he is effectively out of this race. And he used some choice language towards Benjamin Fanning, no idea why. But some very, very choice language indeed.
So an obviously displeased Hayden Lowell is out of the race, and obviously a little bit of tension towards Benjamin Fanning. We will have to pull him up into the broadcast booth after the race to get his perspective of what happened, because we were not able to get it on the broadcast. Meanwhile, Tyler Tomasi is back on the bumper of Michael Rosero, and when I say on the bumper, I mean on the bumper. Tomasi not giving Rosero an inch.
He most certainly is not. Right up the back now. Oh, there's the nudge. He's up the inside. Oh my goodness, here we go again.
Make contact again. Towards turn 3 and 4 on the inside, Tyler Tomasi getting past Michael Rosero. Rosero looking for the crossover. Will he turn him? At this point, I'm not so much wondering about a bump and run. I'm wondering if Tyler Tomasi is...
There's the switchback.
Oh, yep, there he goes. Back up the inside.
There's the switchback. Oh, goodness gracious. Here we go now.
We're under 10 laps to go. Coming around to 9 laps to go. And Tyler Tomasi trying to hold on to the lead. Rosero trying to get around him. There's contact. Up the track goes Tyler Tomasi, but he holds on to the lead. How about that?
Yeah. This is the definition right here of rubbing is racing, and it is exciting. As we have now, we're coming to 8 laps to go in this race. It could be either Tyler Tomasi or Michael Rosero, or even...
Yeah,
it could be neither.
I mean, there's always the possibility that they take each other out.
And I have to say, at this point, it is looking like a high probability these two are not massive fans of each other tonight.
Rosero gets cleared. Tomasi is having none of that, all the way onto the apron. What a commitment by Tyler Tomasi. It wasn't really a move, but that was a commitment that I have never seen in a track like this, going all the way down to the apron when it's practically off camber. I mean, that is not something you see a lot in these street stock races, yet Tyler Tomasi was trying to make it work.
Yep, 7 laps to go here at USA, and Tyler Tomasi, he's going to have to pull something out of the bag here.
Oh, he will.
He's going to have to pull. Yeah, I'm betting you, there's going to be another bump and run. Looking now into turn 3, it's going to happen this lap. Not quite close enough on this occasion. Guess he's trying to set himself up.
A little bit of a net code issue. He's back.
Yeah, perhaps something into turn 1. Not on this occasion again. Not quite close enough. Getting really, really close to the back end of that 23 car.
I mean, here's the thing. You gotta
this
understand.
Is bloody close.
Yeah, I mean, as the dog's going off in the background, they're excited about this battle. The thing about racing like this is that once you give that guy in front of you a nudge, the precedent has been set. It's been set. These drivers, it's basically saying, hey, I'm gonna do anything I can do to get the win. You can do the same. You might not want them to do the same, but that's just the precedent it sets. And Tyler Tomasi at this point is thinking, you know what? Rosero bumped me out of the way to get the lead. I'm gonna have no problem returning the favor. Coming now to lap 77 of 80, 4 laps to go. Oh, he got him loose. Tomasi to the outside. He's going to try the switchback out of turn number 2. Big roll through the center by Tyler Tomasi. Crossover and down the back. Here comes the 76. Rosero trying to force him onto the apron. Tomasi's having none of that and sends it up the inside. 3 to go. Tyler Tomasi back in front.
Here we go now, heading into turn 1 once again.
There it goes again. Another nudge.
Tyler Tomasi. Oh, there you go. It's happened immediately.
It happened
there is
immediately. The nudge. Shades of Ayrton Senna and Alan Prost all the way back in Suzuka in 19-something or other. Battle for the lead continuing. Tomasi holding Rosero down to the apron. They are grinding on each other back to the line. 2 laps to go at USA, and this is getting close. Big dive out of the 76.
Yep, so now Michael Rosero is in that vulnerable spot. As we're coming now, it is going to be heading towards the final lap.
One of these drivers is going to end up in the outside wall. I can guarantee it. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Michael Rosero leading away. Tyler Tomasi in second. If you're going to go for the bump, where do you send it? Can Rosero hold on? Tomasi is there. Good runoff, 2 out of the 76, and down the back they come. For the final time, will Tomasi give it a nudge? Big send out of the 76, up top. Rosero holding on at the bottom. Coming to the checkered flag, Michael Rosero is going to hold on and take the victory in USA.
That was a brilliant battle between these 2 amazing drivers.
That is
2 rivals on and off the track. That was brilliant composure from the 2 of them.
Some of the best racing
Unfortunate for Tyler Tomasi. Yep, very unfortunate for Tyler Tomasi, not quite able to get him. You could see him, he was going for the switchback move. Nothing came of it that time, though. Whew, that was crazy.
That was good. That's the second time we've seen Tomasi in a position like that this season. We saw it back at Lanier. We're seeing it again here at USA. I don't know why Andrew Cootie is here. I don't know why the 66 is here. Maybe they're all going to do burnouts, or Andrew Cootie is just on track. I don't know what he's doing. Maybe giving him a little bit of a congratulations? We're going to assume it's that. Cootie pulls off and leaves Michael Rosero to burn it down here in Lakeland in front of the fans. Congratulations to race winner Michael Rosero. Boy, did he have to earn this one.
He most certainly did.
I don't think he can figure out how to do a burnout. Okay, he's just going to roll it back.
Yeah, no. Let's see. Is he going to have another? Oh, no. Oh, goodness. Okay, this is...
I think, okay, so what he was trying to do is kind of like put his car up against the wall and do burnouts there, but I think he realized that he might not be able to do that, so he's just going to have to settle with either doing no burnouts or just doing them on the front straightaway. But right now, he has just stopped, revving his engine again. Come on, Michael, get on with it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, he's still reversing.
Okay, alright, what's he going to do next? Maybe he's stalled? Or he's just going to sit there next to victory lane. Race winner, Michael Rosero. Okay, he's rolling again.
No.
No. Okay. Well, he's. Do you think he's listening
and
to us?
While we're looking, I don't know. Well, while we're looking at this interesting display, I can confirm tonight appears to be a night of good fortunes because, in fact, that was not my dogs howling for this battle. That was my dad, who just won his first game of Warzone ever.
Nice.
So even he knows it's going to be a good one.
So a night of victories for Michael Rosero and Thomas Fisher Sr. I don't know. Anyways,
Simon.
What was that?
Simon
Fisher. So Simon Fisher wins a game of Warzone, and Michael Rosero wins in USA. Don't go anywhere. NASCAR on TMG, or I guess Street Stocks on TMG. We'll be right back after this for the post-race interviews. We'll be right back, everybody. And joining us now in the broadcast booth, driver of the number 23, Michael Rosero. Michael, first off, congratulations on the win here in Lakeland. You had a great battle with Tyler Tomasi there at the end of the race. Walk us through your perspective of those last few laps.
On the last lap, I thought he was gonna. Yeah, I knew he was gonna bump me, so I tried to go as low as I can so we could go wide, and it actually worked. Oh my goodness, I still can't believe I'm here right now. Amazing, first career ever win. I want to thank the team, Sausage Gang Motorsports. Oh, what a race. So happy.
I also wanted to ask you about this. You and Tyler Tomasi have a little bit of history in previous races. I've heard you're not his biggest fan. But after tonight, I could see your rivalry going one of two ways. One, it just kind of extends and gets even stronger between you two, or you maybe gained a little bit of respect for him. How are you feeling on him after tonight?
I'm just saying GG to him, because that was a fun battle. We put on a good show.
Yeah, Michael, this doesn't really have to do anything with the racing, but at the end of the race there, we saw your, I mean, there's no other way of putting it, pitiful attempts at a celebration there. What was going through your mind for that celebration? What was your plan kind of going into it?
Well, my plan was to just get on the wall and blow up the car and try to, blow up the engine, but I couldn't because I ran out of fuel.
Oh.
But yeah. That was an amazing race. That was awesome.
Actually, it sounds like fuel was tight, which makes me wonder if this race is just a little bit longer, if we could have had some fuel strategy. But I wouldn't have this race any other way. Michael, thank you for joining us in the broadcast booth. We're going to go ahead and send you back and bring up Tyler Tomasi for our second post-race interview.
Yeah.
So, back live here on TMG with Tyler Tomasi joining us in the broadcast booth.
So, Tyler, going through those last few laps, you had pretty much half the race, you had a brilliant battle with Michael Rosero. Given the fact you guys are fierce rivals both on and off the track, what was going through your mind through, pretty much over half the race there?
Pretty much, yeah. We run into each other a lot. I feel like he hits me a lot and bumps me. So my plan was just to race him super clean and hopefully gain his respect. And even though I felt like he's done me dirty in the past, I still ran him clean tonight. We had a good battle, and hopefully that goes a long way.
Well, when you say you ran him clean, there were a lot of times where he got into your bumper, loosened you up a little bit. You did the same thing. I think that was perfectly fair. I think you both raced with a lot of respect and raced, short track clean. Maybe not large track clean, but short track clean. Did you gain a lot of respect for Michael coming out of tonight, or are you still not the biggest fan of him?
Yeah, I gained a lot of respect. We'll see. Just one race. But yeah, the rubbing and stuff. Yeah, that was just racing, which is super close. Every time one of us would take the lead, we would try to back up the corner so we can make the center, and we would be right on each other. And we honestly, half of the time, I think we were running into each other by accident because we were checking up the center to make the corner because we were getting tight, and we would just accidentally bump each other, and we would go high and cross over and all that. But it was it was a good battle. I mean, that was a heck of a show, and top two walked the rest of the field. I don't know where third was, so we had a lot of room to play around.
Yeah, heading into qualifying there, you qualified third, I do believe it was. When you qualified third, what was your plan heading into the race? Did you have one in particular, or do you just think you're going to wing it and see what happens?
Just like my usual stuff, just ride around, be clean, and just save your tires, and usually that always works.
Well, thank you very much, Tyler, and congratulations on your second place tonight.
Thanks, man.
All right, next up, we're going to attempt to bring up Kendrick Crayer, although I don't know if he is in the Discord. We'll be right back after this. Back live here on TMG with the driver of the number 34, Brendan Timon, because unfortunately Kendrick Crayer is not in the LRL Discord. Brendan, you had a very solid run tonight. You were able to finish top 5. Is there anything you could have done to maybe challenge Rosero and Tomasi or get inside the top 3?
Basically, I didn't have any challenge with the top 2, but the top 3, yes, I did. Basically, me and Keplinger decided to work together with at USA because we know that sometimes a little draft can actually help with you. Like we just did with the Battle for Third, we actually were drafting together and we caught up to them, but it was just a fun race. Sadly, we didn't get top 3 that we wanted, but it was a solid day. And got a little bit tight for the last 10 laps. Probably would have had something for the 66, but it was just not the time. But USA is one of my best tracks, and I did prove it tonight. But the top 5 is good for me, and let's see what we can do next week.
Yeah, throughout pretty much the entire race there, you were in a 5-car battle going from, yourself up in 4th position all the way down to Fabrizio De Lillo in 10th. Well, for the most part at least. He fell back a little bit at the end there. What were you thinking going through that battle? Did you think you were able to really keep it at the front and push, or do you think that the others had a very good chance of swallowing you up there at the end?
Well, here's the thing. I was actually not the one that I was worried about because it was just Keplinger because Andrew Cootie kept on hitting him in the back, and I know he's aggressive, so I wasn't worried. But yes, I was a little bit worried because we were going to get separated. But overall, we just kept hanging in there and did the best we could.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, Brendan. I don't really have anything to ask you, so I'm going to go ahead and send you back. Next up, I want to see if we can try and bring up Scott Saradinsky, but I don't know if we can. If we cannot, then we're just going to go ahead and head on over to our post-race
slots. Yeah, he's not in the Discord.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead. We're going to head on over to our post-race slots just after this. Brendan, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week. Back live on TMG, a racing rivalry turned into a respect rivalry. Michael Rosero getting his first win of the season, and 2 incredible debuts out of Kendrick Crayer and Scott Saradinsky. Thank you, everybody, for joining us along for the ride here in USA. On the left side of your screen, you see your full results. Michael Rosero wins over Tyler Tomasi, Kendrick Crayer on his debut, Brendan Timon, Erick Keplinger, Andrew Cootie, Scott Saradinsky also on his debut, followed by Wolfgang Hoffman, Jalen Battle, Fabrizio De Lillo, Benjamin Fanning, Chad Jacio, Aaron Brown, Matt Moreau, Chad Adams, Hayden Lowell, and and Sean Langton, Casey Drake both did not start today's race. Thomas, before we sign out, do you have anything else you would like to add?
Nope, apart from how absolutely wonderful this race makes the Street Stocks series look, I think that this race is a perfect representation of what we can expect, especially heading into next week's race, which I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, is at Richmond. Yes, it is at Richmond, which is going to be a very, very good track, I have a feeling, for these cars.
I gotta say, I have never seen the Street Stocks race at Richmond, but just knowing the way that these cars work, knowing the way that track is laid out, I think we are going to be in for a good one. Thank you, everybody, for joining us along for the ride. But until next time, this is Jonathan Oates and Thomas Fisher signing out. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one, everyone.